2605 Homecroft Drive. The windows are in rough shape. Looks like there's a piece of wood, a wood sill underneath them that would need to come out. These are aluminum with stucco. So that means you need to cut out well, I think the easiest thing to do would be to cut some of the stucco out, put a new construction window in, and just put some wood trim around it. But you could also do just repair the stucco after you waterproof the window. It looks like the inside will need a bunch of work to make new windows work, because these metal windows are thin, so that jams around the window need to be dealt with. These bushes are kind of overgrown. Handrail seems okay. This needs scraped and painted. Got a little roof over the door and window here. Yeah, window's bad shape here. Looks like somebody did drilled in and put insulation in all the cavities there. Fence needs a little bit of repair. The stucco down on the foundation needs repaired. And the board, the fascia board behind the gutters all needs scraped and painted. House needs painted. That stuff here, a window or something. Brush that needs to go away. Fence, gate, catches on the ground. Get rid of these two bushes, which are extraneous crap here to get rid of. Lattice could go away. This roof structure needs some scraping and painting. The roof is definitely old. But it might not. It's probably something that just will need a few repairs. Some of the boots around these pipes look a little sketchy. Some of the shingles around there, but I'm sure it doesn't need to be replaced right now. The stucco's all cracking off down here, about ready to fall off. This part below the house that's on the foundation. Oh, there's a piece of wood there, but there is. Leads me to wonder if there's foundation issues down there in the basement. Doghouse, swing frame, another swing frame, go in the trash. Rotted post could come off. These low branches could get cut down. This brush goes away. These things back here, this bush for sure, get rid of. The windows are it's got, looks like vinyl siding. Some power washing, might be aluminum. Rake board, that looks like vinyl. The rake board's all stuff up there. The whole thing is needing of scraping and painting. There's bushes here to get rid of. Get rid of this clothesline. The wire for the power is really, really low. I literally could walk over there and grab it. So need to do something to get that up higher. It's probably lower than is actually allowed. Kind of surprised. But that would require a mast pole going up higher so that this could be raised up. But that would be a concern for me. I would get rid of this thing too. Lilac bush. They kind of grow out of control. Cable lines down. Get rid of this rebar or chicken wire. There is all this overgrowth at the back. Be trimmed back. Ladder back here, chicken wire, shed. Believe it or not, get rid of these weed trees growing up here before they wreck things. Same here. Cut these weed trees down. Throw this fence stuff away. The metal roof on the shed is rotting away. It's got holes in it. It's actually locked. Who knows what's inside? There is siding on the ground here. That came off the front. It didn't look like it came off back here, but that should be made of frost-free hose bib, and the pipe for the furnace is busted off. It needs to be repaired. More stuff is cracking off around the foundation down here. I would get rid of these bushes so the foundation can be repaired, or the stucco, and and this is the same thing that it's aluminum siding, could be painted. The same thing, the rake board all the way up and down is peeling, needs scraped and painted. Suppose if we change that window, it's going to require pulling siding and then putting siding back, which might be difficult with this aluminum. So maybe just change all that to vinyl. May not need those vents up there, so we could just cover all that up. All right, the front door, it's okay, salvageable. If you want to keep it, clean it, maybe paint it. Weather stripping looks okay. This, the closers kind of rusted. Actually this weather stripping on this side could be replaced. They actually made it something with this, see, flashing. So if you fix this piece down here, you could get that new piece flash, or that piece of weather stripping all the way around. This board down here is starting, it's kind of starting to rot. So it will, you could clean it, paint it for now, but eventually it's gonna crack off. Windows, there's lots of signs of water infiltration in and around all the windows. Like that. These things are all bad. So as you would replace the windows, I would remove all of the wood sills and just, you're gonna have to repair all the drywall anyways. So you might as well drywall and corner bead around all of them. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of them. Because this one here, this piece of wood actually looks okay. It's not, it will be too wide. The new window would come somewhere in here. And so you'd have to cut this off somehow anyways. You'd have to cut drywall off to get the new window in. A little bit of damage from some water getting in there. All these vents are rusted throughout the house. These ones are pretty bad here. This tells me there's some sort of rodents somewhere in the house here. So, yeah, but taking these off, you got stuff just coming apart here around these windows. So there's been a lot of water getting in, and so you start taking this apart. You got pieces of this paneling that are damaged, corner stuff's damaged, so, but that's all repairable. Kitchen, it's pretty old, and I mean, if the goal was to keep it, you could probably get away with it. You could probably change the counter, scrub everything real well. Oh, that drawer's pretty, I can't even pull it out. Ah, there we go. Gets stuck in there, but you could clean them up real good, paint them, reline the shelves if you wanted to. Probably take that contact paper off, paint everything. You could put a new counter on here, take that laminate off there if you wanted, or change cabinets. This doors seem to be in decent shape. They seem to close and latch well. Hinges are a little kind of gross looking. Paint on them and crud. Mismatched doorknobs throughout the house. These things could be just cleaned and painted. Yeah. Ductwork, I mean, this is rusted around here. Ductwork definitely needs cleaned out. That one's rusted. Toilet, I think I would change that. It's a very small, short toilet. Still do a round bowl, but get it up chair height. Glass block in the shower because of the tile. And hopefully you might be able to get away with just removing this piece, this row all the way around, and putting glass block in. My guess is some of those are loose on that outer edge because of the water damage. Vanity seems like it's okay. Might want to change those to upgrade that. Put a different shower head on. This silicone should be cleaned off. It should be recaulked. This thing, it's kind of, it's like the doors down there, but you can't get at them. Just paint it and put the contact paper in there maybe. And maybe take these. We could replace this with like a piece of 1/8" hardboard. Fit in there, glue it in, tack it in place, and caulk it in from the back maybe, and then paint it all white. So it's just kind of, it will eliminate the rust, and it will update the look a little bit. It'll look more modern. I would probably put a different light in there, something that's got 2 bulbs on it to kind of double the light in this bathroom. It's got 1 bulb for the whole bathroom. Again, the doors work okay. Spoke a little too soon on this one. This actually has an old strike plate that I think we've replaced that with one that fits the more modern handle. It would fit work. These accordion doors are in rough shape. Should come out, be replaced. Bypass doors. It's probably the only thing we could put in there. Bifold doors may work, but there's probably not sized correctly for them. You can see the amount of water damage coming in here. So that's why I think all these, just eliminate them. Drywall in with the new windows. Lights work. Maybe update the light fixtures. Flooring. That doesn't have anything. That carpet needs replaced. This, I don't know if it's I bet this looks like a thin vinyl. You can see a lot. You can see some of what was underneath the vinyl when it was laid down. That's okay, but eventually some of this stuff's going to cause the vinyl to fail, especially in this hallway as people walk over it. It'll wear through. This bedroom, same thing. Water damage around the windows, accordion door, that's in rough shape. Paint the trim, paint the the closet shelf. Rusted vents can get cleaned and painted. Hardware on the doors. That one closes and latches. New lights. All right, upstairs here. Definitely paint everything. Storage closet here that's open to the attic. Somebody had a clothes hanging rod in there, but you just have raw insulation. I think I would probably lock this out from tenants, maybe keep stuff from getting into the attic or getting into the insulation, causing a mess. Windows need taken care of up here. That same thing, you got water damage here as well. Handling, you're gonna have to take it out to cut it, put it back in after you resize it for the new window. There's some flooring up here. This is another storage area, just open to the attic space. Looks like it needs new light fixtures. Feels like there's some soft spots in the floor. Like maybe they only use like 1/2" plywood or something as a subfloor. As I walk along, it's kind of spongy. So definitely paint. You can paint these things here. This one looks like somebody. It needs to be adjusted. It's like pushed in here and pulled out here. Drawers seem to be in good shape. Could be cleaned, painted, tighten up the handles. Yeah, you can see this one's out. correctly on both sides. Looks like somebody bumped that one. There's no ductwork up here, so it's super hot right now. Unbearable, I'm sure, in the middle of July and August. I would suggest, oh, there is a vent there. Wonder if that, no, there's no AC. I would put in a central air because it's got to be super hot. I think that shelf, I'd probably change it to something thicker, a thin piece of wood. Keep people from breaking things. Change that light out. Get new hardware, doorknobs. Take the bolster down. This stairwell needs a handrail. I would imagine that this switch right here is supposed to operate that light. This is the switch on the wall up there. I don't know if it's a three-way, but that doesn't do anything. So something needs to be checked. But this should have a handrail. All right, in the basement here, looks like we could just clean the paint here. Handrail needs painted. Probably get rid of that. This side here, the ceilings come down. There's like some spots where they've covered some things up. I think I would take this ceiling down, at least this tile, down to the strapping. Just leave the strapping, pull all the staples out. And that way to expose everything, all your wiring, everything that so you can see what's going on. But it's also doesn't look good. The walls the dry lock is crumbling off the walls. There is the beginnings of some cracking on this wall. You can see somebody's caulked here, and the top 3 rows of block. The top 3 rows of block are leaning back, but they do not appear to be past the 1 inch mark. So at this point, you just kind of pay attention to it. Scrape the loose stuff on the walls, re-dry lock. Over here you got quite a bit of cracking coming up. That's just the dry lock cracking. So I peel off the rest of that loose stuff and get rid of this, demo this thing out of the corner. You got some significant cracking there. That's in that top 3 rows, so that means there's pressure below grade, and it's causing the bottom to shift a little bit here. And the top is kind of staying in place, but again, just caulk it, paint it. This could use some hydraulic cement to seal it up. That is a dead gas line. Panel is new-ish, and there's only, wow, the whole house is on 5 circuits plus whatever that 30 amp is for. 220 dryer. Wow. So if you're going to redo that kitchen, you're going to have to add, you have to rewire the kitchen to modern standards. door. This door seems fine. Closes, latches. Over here, I'll take that shelf down. This is where you got your dryer plug. I might run a new wire or just eliminate that big thing and just put a junction box there for the plug. You got more cracking over here. Same thing, you got the top 3 rows. It's leaning a little bit, just leaning a little bit more over here, but nothing seems to be past that 1-inch mark. Some step cracking here. So things just need to be caulked for the time being. Scrape the loose stuff, caulk it, dry lock it. This is not hooked up to a drain. This, in my opinion, I would eliminate that. I would just run a piece of 1.5 inch PVC down to the floor and over to there. And then I would eliminate that. And that would have a drain. You could just drain the washing machine into that. You could actually put the washing machine over here somewhere. But then you have to move those. So maybe not. I guess if you don't care, maybe the washing machine fits right between there and it's all good. But anything that comes out of there is just going to go right on the floor. So, yeah. So if you're going to keep that, I would probably change that stuff. The floor needs to be cleaned and painted. It's pretty nasty looking. Gets worse back in that area back there. The furnace appears to be fairly old. It's got rusting happening with where the exhaust is coming, so where the wind comes out. So I would have this evaluated one way or another, because just to make sure that your heat exchanger is not rusted out also. Because if that is the case, then the furnace would need to be replaced. Let's see, windows, these things, oof. It just has some styrofoam on them with a piece of angle iron there. And a whole lot of spider webs. Set that back down. But that's gross, should be cleaned, eliminated. Spider webs gone. Cracks caulked. This here is leaking. I would cut these copper lines up higher and put new caps on them. There is a that looks sketchy. Duct tape, spray foam, sealed up. Water heater's 20 years old. So it is nearing its end of life. I mean, that stuff all looks pretty good. I wonder if somebody did some work up there. That stuff's like super clean. Like somebody redid them. You don't normally see it look that good at 20 years old, but who knows how good this is. This is leaking. There's water coming out of the bottom of that, so keep an eye on that. It may fail soon. Stuff stuck to the floor. Some trash to throw away. It's got some boards with nails sticking out. Could go away. Got some garlic. Random extension cords. It's probably because there's 3 circuits in the whole house. And I would definitely eliminate those. so the tenants don't hook up too much stuff. Not sure where the light switch to this is. Light, there's no only light back here. I don't know if it needs to go on a pull chain or something different. This white tape is all asbestos. Can't hurt to clean everything off down here, all the ductwork, and wrap that in tape like that. Although that tape will just dry out and peel off. All this white is asbestos tape. Nobody messes with it, it's fine, but just cover it in tape and it's also better. If you want to change these to glass block, you could give the price for that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them there. So that would give you one here with a dryer vent in it instead of what's going on there right now.